Oh, hey there. Are you worried about termites? You should be. It's that time of year, it's the season. They're coming for our homes. So I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you prevent from getting termites in your home. Tip number 1 is one that you guys will often hear me talking about, and that's keeping moisture away from your home. It's crucial that we keep moisture away from the home because if the home is able to absorb that water into the wood becomes soft and much more appealing to not only termites but all insects in general. So what we do is we clean our gutters and we put extensions on our gutters. This makes sure that the water flows away from the house and keeps the moisture away so that the wood itself doesn't actually absorb the water and it makes it less appealing to the termites. Tip number 2, I often recommend to any of my customers that they do routine inspections of the foundation around their home. What do I mean by this? Well, what I mean is walking around the exterior perimeter of your home and simply inspecting the concrete foundation of the house to see if you can identify any tubes of mud running up the foundation. These tubes of mud are often the travel pathways for the termites themselves. We call them mud tunnels or termite tubes, and you'll actually see visibly mud coming right up the foundation, making a line. So I always tell my customers on a regular basis throughout the spring, summer, and fall to do routine inspections of their foundation to make sure they don't see any evidence of termites coming up to get their home. Tip number 3 that I recommend to most of my customers is their mulch beds. What happens is often when customers get their mulch beds done every year, they tend to stack the mulch. So they have old mulch and they just put new mulch on it so that aesthetically it's pleasing to the eye. The problem with that is that stacked up mulch has 2 issues. One is it's a perfect draw for termites. It's appealing, it's rotted, it's sitting there, and now it's going to absorb some moisture because it's condensed under the newer mulch and it's trapping moisture and warmth under there, making it a more appealing food source. The other thing that happens is slowly you are actually raising the level of that mulch, so it's getting higher and higher and closer to the wood or the siding of your home, making it easier for the termites to encroach into the home and go unnoticed. What I recommend for this is keeping 18 inches of clearance between your mulch beds and the actual siding or the shingles of your home. So here on my own mulch beds, what I do every year is I remove all of the old mulch, I lay down fresh weed barrier, and then I put new mulch. This makes sure that there's clear and visible evidence as I look at my foundation. I could see if there were any mud tunnels, I could see if termites were coming up, and I'm not raising the ground level so that it's getting closer and closer to my shingles there. It's important to do this to make sure that A, you can see the mud tunnels as they're coming up, and B, that you're not leaving a food source that's appealing to the termites themselves. Tip number 4. Much like myself, a lot of my customers have fire pits in their home so they can sit outside during the spring and the summer. We all enjoy it, but one key factor is you got to keep some firewood at the home. If you have firewood at the home, it's crucial that you keep the firewood away from the house. Don't keep it stacked up right next to the house. Also keep the firewood elevated in some type of stand so that it's not directly on the ground, making it easier for the termites to get into the wood. If you do that, you shouldn't have any issues. Finally, tip number 5, you may have heard me say this before, but call Debug Pest Control to come out to your home to do a free inspection of your property, where we can look to see if there's any evidence of termites present, and we can also discuss with you preventative options that you have available.